Good evening, traders. 13th of January. This is Thursday night. Going to review what's happening here. You got this really nice push, and they rammed them all the way up to where it looked like they were searching for something to a catalyst to get them over the top, and they didn't get it. And this morning we peaked. The news wasn't good, and that wasn't enough to get them over. I mean, they got them to the 9 and 18. That was a big struggle yesterday, around 47-12 to let's say 14 to 10 in that range area. And today was they couldn't get going. It wasn't enough to really push them over the top. And I think once they failed the 9 and the 18, which was right around here, around 10 o'clock, it was almost like everybody kind of started jumping on it and bailing. You got everybody leaning. It looked like it was going to be a breakout, and they didn't get what they wanted. The news wasn't good, and then it became about recovering and getting out of positions. And the big hold, which I talked about yesterday, was whether or not they can hold this 50 right here at about 77. Gave you a couple opportunities. I took a couple of them, and you have to take a shot at that. The reversal longs, even though this was a straight downtrend day. It's what side of the market you want to play. But the cat was out of the bag pretty much a little bit right after this high right here, 47.20 at about 10:45, and then they just kind of unraveled. And then I think at the end of the day, they just pretty much said everybody just started puking and bailing out, and you got that late sell-off. So, I mean, here's the big picture. What once looked great yesterday is now rolling over, and now it's the markets are listen. They're giving you really good trading ranges, that's for sure, and just you have to take advantage of these extreme reversals. I mean, they're really providing some really wonderful opportunities on either side of the market. This morning they gapped higher, and that was an opportunity to get short. I really wasn't paying as much attention. I put this trend line in the other night, coming off of yesterday's high, and look where it came in. It came in right at 47.31. I mean, you have to take advantage of this stuff. I mean, I know it looks simplistic, and it's everybody can do it. You're absolutely right, but it's how you interpret these areas and taking advantage of them, because you can just see here in early morning they even with all the bad news, and it's just so typical how they just ram them up to get everybody in, and then right after 9 o'clock they pull the rug out, and then it was about the gap fill. And they bounced around. They filled the gap, came down to around 46.95, somewhere in that ballpark. Actually, the gap was a little higher, but 46.95 was your first point of interest. We talked about that yesterday. These were the lows from yesterday that they kept bouncing on. Where are they here? Here's 46.95 right there. So, that was the first support level. Once that got breached, it was 77 and the 50 MA. So, coming into tomorrow, I would really look at this 50 MA at 46.80 and see if they get up there. And I mean, we're already 30 handles underneath it. So, there's some damage right now, and I got to wonder if Europe is just going to jump on this, because I really do believe that this 100 MA down here is where we're headed, and it's going to be game on down here, because these were the crucial lows that we bounced off of. I think we're going to challenge this area again, and that's going to become whether or not we hold on to these levels. Um, if you want to see a bigger picture on the other markets, you can kind of see what's developing here too. The Dow, right now, this is a big number right here at about 35,760. That's their 50 MA, and you can see the trend line sitting right there. So if they can't hold this level, they're probably going to push and make their way to the 100 as well, which is around 35.3. But let's just see how they play this out. It's Friday. Could be anybody's guess. I don't know if they're going to hold it up, but you know what? This late sell-off kind of gives me the idea that there's more coming to the downside. So be cautious. In fact, tomorrow's pivot is at 46.77, which is was the key support yesterday. So I'm going to look at it as that as resistance, and that in fact is as I showed you a second ago was where the 50 MA is as well. So if you get a hard run up overnight and a gap higher, take advantage of it. Absolutely take advantage of it. Right now that they look like they peaked out and they're rolling again. They've been giving you a great trading range, so take advantage of it. Just like this morning, they gave you a little gap and he gave you a nice little rollover for that gap fill, and then they just kind of jumped all over it. So those are the numbers tomorrow. I think we're going to possibly see 45.80 in the ES, and let's take a look at the other two. Like I said, 35,760. I mean, from right here, 35,760 is about 20, about 230, 240 points. So if you add about 24 handles to that, from where we're at right now, it would probably take us down to about 4620, 4630. Nothing really significant there. So we're just going to have to see how this plays out on Friday. Are they going to unravel and really take damage this market a little bit rolling into the into the weekend? I don't know. We're just going to have to see. At the end of the day, we take what we get. So great trading ranges, guys. Always pay attention to your MAs. They really tell you a lot. Every trading day, there's always opportunities around MAs that they're always going to tell you how price is going to react and which direction they're going to be leaning on. And right now we're rolling again. So 50, the 9 and the 18s up here, and I think it's pretty much. I mean, you can see right here. I think the Nasdaq has been the tell. I mean, Nasdaq has been the one that's been pushing us over the top, and you can just see right here they're kind of like hanging on a cliff. I mean, this white trend line that I have here was pretty substantial, and we punched through it and we ran away from it, and now we're coming back to it. So something is up. So pay really close attention. I mean, Nasdaq, if it continues its slide, I mean, this is a 200. That's a big deal. So let's just see what happens tomorrow, guys. I mean, if a hard rollover, it's going to be a heads up. Put your hard hat on and get ready. They might take some cash off the tables, but let's just see what happens. At the end, we're going to take what they give us, and you know what? We're going to make some money tomorrow. So this is the 13th, and if you have any questions, MR Strategies, reach out at mlbino at AOL.com. Have a great night, guys. Hope you had a great week. Good night.